Hey folks, welcome back to Skyward Sword. We are here in the Lanayru Desert. We just got to the Lanayru Sand Sea, which apparently was once an ocean, but now has become a desert. A sand ocean, so to speak. It's an interesting idea. It used to be an ocean, then it turned into a desert, but as we know, Lanayru once again becomes a water area in future games. So, it becomes rehydrated, I suppose, but it's freshwater in future games, so who knows? Nobody knows. Not even Nintendo. I mean, hell, it's possible that part of this area becomes the Gerudo Desert, and then only part of it rehydrates, but we don't know which section. It doesn't really matter. The point is, we have a sand sea to traverse, and unlike the other portions of the desert, this is legit a huge expanse of nothingness and sand, just like you would always imagine a desert to be if you don't live in a desert area like I do. Like I don't. I don't live in a desert area, so I imagine Arizona is just this, basically. Anywho, as you can see, clearly some sort of industry going on here that has been dilapidated. That apparently is still navigated by claw shots. I don't know if, claw shots are another ancient robot invention. It's entirely possible. They are somewhat aesthetically similar to Mr. Bug, so I'll accept it. Anyway, take this opportunity to restock bombs if you haven't. It's a good thing to do. And this was apparently some sort of depot, I suppose, where minecarts from various portions of the mine would bring in their materials. Not really a whole lot to do, to be honest. Very little. Oh no, oh god, don't run out of stamina near those guys, we don't want that. So yeah, lots of boxes, digging once in a while. Bugs, I don't care about bugs. Those are Lanayru ants. We've, I think, discussed them before. They are ants. I don't care about ants. Let it go on record that I do not care about ants. And just for the record, I pronounce it aunt, so screw you. You can't make that pun. Anywho, over here we have something of a little secret. Not as, good of a reward as I would like, to be honest. But this little enclave here has tons of scorpions. More scorpions than your body has room for. And yet, of course, they're not doing any damage because they suck. Yeah, they'll give you a couple crafting materials, a rupee here and there. But overall, they're just a nuisance, and it's more for the sake of a set piece. Suddenly, scorpions, thousands of them, and a Goddess Cube. Goddess Cube is the real prize here. And since I'm an exterminator, gotta get rid of all of them. It's just part of my contract. And yeah, that is basically all there is to this depot area. There's a save point, which I highly recommend activating. Yeah, it's also a harbor. So things will get mined, then brought in to this depot, and then put on ships here to be sent out to other places. The guy has a rad mustache and a cool hat. Let's reactivate him. Okay, so basically this area just became the best ever, because as you can see, transported back in time, the sand becomes water once again. So we essentially have a temporal ocean surrounding us. It is so cool. This is just the coolest thing, and also this guy has an amazing hat. I love him. Anyway, there's our lead on Nehru's flame. It's on his ship, but we need his ship, and that is not a ship right there. That's a dinghy. Yeah, for some reason it's invisible. That's how high-tech these robots are. And so yeah, this next section of the game is pretty much the most rad thing you could ever possibly think of. We are riding on a boat on a sea of sand with a temporal distortion field surrounding us that makes water. Unfortunately, the actual execution is essentially sail from point A to point B with very little in the way of traversal obstacles or anything of that sort. But good lord, this is so cool. You don't even know how cool this is. You don't understand. If you don't think this is cool, you're wrong. So yes, the boat has a cannon, and essentially that's the extent of it. Sometimes you'll have to shoot some enemies, or you can just avoid them. I would say that Wind Waker overall had better boating experience, but since the entire point of that game was kind of the boat, it should. But like in Wind Waker, you could hop and you could like have obstacle courses going through barrels or jump over things to grab rupees. Here it really is point A to point B, complete with a stamina system. It's not so thrilling. It's incredibly rad, but it's not so thrilling. Anyway, our first destination is Skipper's Retreat, his house. Also, docking is dumb in this game. I don't even remember how it works. You have to press some button, but there's, yeah. Jeez, Vane much? His face is everywhere. How is that practical? It's probably safe, but it's not very practical for a shorty like you. So yeah, that's something I've always wondered. Can he see beyond the temporal distortion? Can he see the future and the suffering that has come upon his homeland? I have no idea. But anyway, essentially this portion of the game is go from point A to point B and do a little mini area at each location. Here we have climb up to the very tip top, up to his little shack, his bungalow. I don't even know. I'm trying to think of a cool adjective or a less commonly used noun to describe this scenic vista. But alas, I cannot think of anything of the sort. But anyway, that is one of the most common ways that we'll use the claw shots. We will claw to something that is hovering in midair, and then it will, like, oh no, I missed. And then claw onto something on a wall or something. And good, this guy is just not being cooperative. Oh. Well, geez, you didn't have to take it that far. Anyway, I completely lost my train of thought. Yes, you will often chain from thing to thing. Sometimes those things will be hovering in midair, and it's pretty stylish. Oh god. Why are you doing so much more damage to me than the actual, like, big one? Yeah, just avoid him. Avoid him. Just walk away. Walk away. Or do that. And yeah, I do like this this little sequence for all the vertical stuff that's going on. It's a nice change of pace from so much horizontal traversal. Gives a little cool demonstration of what the claw shots are capable of. I just wish it weren't all like tan and yellow and all those other colors that I find very drab and boring. Oh, and I still don't know how to do the stylish thing of running on top of this guy. So, you're supposed to dash at him and climb his shield like a wall, and then just drop down the other side and attack him from behind, and it's really cool. But I'm just not aware of that at the time of this recording, so I don't know how to get past those gauntlets, those bottlenecks. Anyway, you can see there are shortcuts down to the bottom every so often. And also chests and goddess cubes and all sorts of wonderful things. And here's a dangerous place to run out of stamina. Several, like, I don't know, 100 feet above a sea of sand that you would get sucked into and die a horrible death. Not a good place to die. Your body would never be found. Anyway, I'm not a geologist or anything of that sort, but I'm wondering what the phenomenon that creates these pillars would be. Because I know that there are, like, rock pillars and arches and whatnot in, like, Utah, but I do not know the phenomenon behind them. And that would be an interesting thing for people who know more than me to discuss in the comments. Or just have, like, I don't know, a one-sentence post saying that it's underground wind or something like that. Oh god, you lit me on fire in a cutscene. You were a jerk. You're terrible. This is what you get. This is what you get for being a jerk. You get dead. And I get 1 rupee. Worth it. Anyway, as you can see, once in a while, these pea hats, I believe they are, that you can latch onto, will be, in fact, in motion. And that will become ever prevalent in the future when there's actually timing involved with these claw shot puzzles. I call them puzzles very loosely, but, you know. Dragonflies! Oh, and there's Crafty, look at that. Subtle, hidden, but there's a Deku Baba right there, ready to wreck your shit. Mr. Bug saves the day once again. That is dastardly enemy placement. It's not unfair, because if you're paying attention, you can see, oh, there's a thing there, I wonder what that is. And if you're like me, just sending Mr. Bug everywhere to explore and get cool views of the entire area. Come on, Mr. Rock. There we go. Yeah, it can be tricky to deal with the enemies on these small platforms. For sure, you don't have a whole lot of room to navigate. And here's what I meant when I was saying that there was a little bit of timing involved. The hat is in motion, so you have to wait a little bit. And oh no, I missed. Oh god, oh no, this is terrible. I'm gonna have to wait for a few seconds. Yeah. But again, there's no harm in screwing up, so it's okay. It'll be alright, just chill. Everybody relax and be chill. You're just suspended by a chain on a living organism, probably 200 feet above a sea of sand. Just be chill. See, wasn't that music? It's chill music. And here we are, Skipper's Retreat. Oh god, it's all dusty. This guy needs some vacuuming. Yeah, let's clean up here. Ooh, a chest. Let's loot him. I mean, it's not like he's going to be coming in here. He can't leave that radius, so... Oh, there we go. That's actually what we came here for. Okay, I feel less terrible. Yeah, I love all the aesthetics put into this area. You got the paintings, you got the walls. Just overall very nice for a very small area. Like, look, the walls are a map. That's so cool. And there's anchors, all that cool stuff. Don't mind me, I'm having fun. There were some people squatting in his house while he was gone. Or they're his dead family, I don't know which. I prefer to think of the first option, that's a little less morbid. Oh, and that's too low res for me to read, unfortunately. Anywho, before we leave the house itself, you can go up top here. There are a couple bugs that you can grab. I think B might say something to indicate that there are bugs up here. But really, they're bugs, who cares? Nobody cares. Sneak up and... got him. I guess those are like desert cicadas or something along those lines. Nobody likes cicadas. Anywho, our way back down is these zip lines. I would shit my pants if I were doing that in real life. Link has balls of steel. Oh god. But again, it is pretty rad. Anywho, now that we have that sea chart, we can explore new areas of the Sand Sea and hopefully find that darn ship. Anywho, that opens up an entirely new section of the map. A shipyard. Not sure that's the perfect place to look for a stolen ship, but okay. Okay, clues. I'll accept clues, but I don't know. And let's go on over. I love the little flourishes under the water. There's like coral or some sort of sea life. I don't really know, but it's nice. It livens things up. And yeah, giving the boat stamina, I'm not really sure that was a good design decision, because you are never forced to use it in any creative way. It's just there to just impede you. Hey, look at those guys having a little dance party up there. Let's wreck their shit. Oh, screw that. Have your dance party. I don't want to be invited anyway. And we'll explore the shipyard next time, and I'll see you guys next time.